Well, hello there. It's good to see you. I hope that you're having an awesome day today. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I hope that you find some more inspiration. I know I am. I'm finding it in all the fall trends and fall makeup releases that are coming out. And I'm figuring out how to do it while shopping my stash using my Too Faced chocolate bar palette. Oh, it has been so much fun lately. So if you're wanting a really fall look that has kind of a vampy appeal, but still wearable, glasses appropriate, I would want to link it in the card above. Today is kind of a similar color scheme. I rearranged where I placed the colors. So I wanted to not only kind of shake things up and give kind of a lighter vibe with the same shades, I wanted to stay as much in the Too Faced chocolate bar palette as I possibly could. So this look, I'm using 7 shades out of here if you're wanting to make some progress with your palette, or if you're feeling stumped for some ideas. So the things that you're going to want to shop your stash for: a matte espresso brown, a triple fudge. I use it in my brows. I'm also using it as a liner. And then I've gone through with a warm brown, easy salted caramel. I've also gone through with Marzipan, Creme Brûlée, Hazelnut as my contour, and then I'm also popping some cherry cordial into this look. So really, really easy, super fun. It has kind of a spicy, smokier vibe, and I really wanted to also include my Wonder Woman shade for the Justice League Panning Challenge. Let me show you what that looks like, because it has a little bit of bite and zest to it. If you're using Morocco from Makeup Geek, that would be a nice equivalent. Or if you have the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette that was released several months ago, the shade Peanut Brittle is pretty close. And also, I am currently out of Candied Violet because I panned it earlier this year. So I pulled in a really pretty purple color from my Too Faced Sugar Pop palette in that beautiful sugar plum shade. One of the things that I, thought about is if you're using Candied Violet, you might want to build it up because that shade does come off a little bit gray. But I wanted to do like a really smoky eye that would have the Marzipan going into the Creme Brûlée, going into a purple, and going into a deep burgundy, because I really want to finish Creme Brûlée by the end of September, and also to kind of go through with a couple of those other shades. So lots of smoky brown liners and contour and all that good stuff. So super easy, very, very wearable look on a daily basis. It still has those extremely autumnal vibes, lots of jewel tones. But again, it's very wearable. You can wear this to school, you can wear it to work, you can wear it running errands and not feel like it's way over the top or too extra, to be able to get what you need to done and have a, sophisticated look to go with it. So white chocolate, that was the other one. White chocolate, how could I forget that? Setting our eyeshadow base. So as we get into talking about the eyeshadow look as I put it together, I love that shade from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. So take whatever your favorite base shade is, something matte, something cream from your collection. I'm going through with white chocolate on an e.l.f. fluffy concealer brush. I am dusting it all over my eyes. It makes my eyeshadows so much easier to blend, and also to, let's get real, I gotta find a way to use this shade, and highlighting it takes a long time, and I wanted something a little bit more shimmery with this look. So fun, easy way to make sure that I am starting that good foundation with the chocolate bar palette. And then something about warm brown. It's in every look right now. It's because it's so easy. It's that perfect blend of color, because you can pair cool tone shadows with it, you can pair warm tone shadows with it. But I'm going through with salted caramel in my transition area. If you are a glasses wearer or hooded eyes, this is a fun way to really make some of those darker shadows much more wearable for us, because it is kind of hard when you're trying to wear, those really stunning, dramatic eye looks. So go in with a favorite warm brown of your choice if you're not using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and just run it in a windshield wiper motion, as Jaclyn Hill would say, all in your transition area. And then going on to the lid, a little bit more involved than I typically do, I know, but I really wanted to have kind of a 3 shadow effect going across. So I'm taking a very basic e.l.f. C brush. I am spritzing it with a little bit of the Wet n Wild setting spray, and I am tapping a beautiful gold shade. This one happens to be Creme Brûlée from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, only on the inner half of my lid. You can follow through with Urban Decay's Half Baked, or Lorac Pro's Gold or Light Bronze. Pick your favorite shade and go to town with it. I do want to build this color up because when I foil it, it does take several layers for it to really have some maximum intensity on my eyes. So build it up to your desired intensity and it will be beautiful. And then I'm going through, I actually didn't have another lid shader brush on hand, and so I took a very small detailer brush from Real Techniques because that's what was in my brush roll, and I also spritzed it with the Wet n Wild setting spray, and then I'm taking that beautiful sugared violet shade from my Too Faced Sugar Pop palette and I'm applying it to the outer portion or outer half of my lid area. Like I said, feel free, you can go on and use Candied Violet from your Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette if you want to really keep it consistent and stay solidly in that, or if you have another favorite purple from the rest of your collection. I know NARS has a really beautiful one in the Kawaii Duo that was released several years ago, or if you have a favorite Urban Decay purple, because I'm trying to think, there was like a cooler toned bluish purple that was in the Urban Decay Book of Shadows 4, and also in the Vice palettes. There's some stunning purples in there, so you can either go really warm with your purple like that has a pinker base, or you can go like what I did and do more of a bluer purple, because we're going to follow through with Cherry Cordial in just a minute to really kind of smoke it out and give it a very burgundy appearance. So also, just like with Creme Brûlée, I definitely wanted to go in and build up that color on the exterior of my lid to make sure that that purple would really, really stand out. And I honestly, when I was done with the look, I needed to go back in and touch up just a smidge with that purple. And then going into highlighting, as per usual, this is something that I do because I find it is the most flattering for me as I wear my frames. But I'm going through with a white eyeliner from NYX, and I'm just putting it in the inner corners of my eyes, especially because the highlighter I'm choosing to wear today is going to be Marzipan from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. So I really want my inner corners to be as bright and awake looking as possible for that shadow to really stand out so that you can see it behind my frame. So any white eyeliner, this is not a required step. You can go through with just the Marzipan shade if you prefer, but this is something that I've noticed is very helpful for me, or if you are a glasses and hooded eyes too, this is another great tip to make those darker shadows a lot more wearable for us. So like I said, then I'm going through with the Sonia Kashuk shader brush, and I'm stamping Marzipan into my inner corners, and I am dusting it on to my brow bone because I really wanted a subtle but spicy, sultry look that is still very wearable. You can also go, if you want something just matte, go through with white chocolate from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Or if you want something a little bit more shimmery, a little bit lighter, I love Sweet and Spicy from the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. That's another fabulous option. But like I said, I wanted to stay solidly in that Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And then my favorite part of this look, this color, it's just beautiful, Cherry Cordial. Or if you have a favorite burgundy shade like Makeup Geek's Bitten, or Max Cranberry, or I'm trying to think of some other ones. If you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, the burgundy shade that's in the second row, or if you have Lorac Mega Pro's Merlot, that's another beautiful option. But whatever your favorite burgundy is, it's going to be beautiful, stamping it on top of that purple, and then have the gold and like the kind of a gold champagne thing we've got going on with Marzipan. So I'm taking a Revlon crease brush and I'm stamping Cherry Cordial into my outer corner, and I'm blending it up into that salted caramel shade. Oh, how I love how this is coming together. It's so fun. It's so easy. This is a perfect look if you have brown eyes and you really want to bring out your eye color, but it's not boring, basic brown. I cannot even begin to describe how sick of just brown eyeshadow I could get. And also too, typically, I mean, when we watch tutorials on YouTube, most of the time, if people are doing glasses tutorials, they're using a lot of brown eyeshadow, and you don't need to be afraid of color. You can branch into those gorgeous palettes in your collection. You can wear whatever you want to wear. It's just make the inner corners of your eyes a little bit brighter and you are good to go. So then, going into liner, I'm keeping it very simple. Like I said, I wanna make some maximum impact and see if I can move out some shades. And Triple Fudge is one of the ones I'd like to finish by the end of September. So I'm following through with my trusty MAC eye pencil in the shade Costa Riche. I'm following that just along my upper lash line. I do not do winged eyeliners because with the hood of my eyes, it's very difficult to see it. And also too, with my glasses, it's too much going on my eyes. So I'm just doing a basic line, and then I am setting it to really give me a smoky effect with Triple Fudge from my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I love how the tones of this really come together. The rich browns to the purples, to the burgundies, to the lighter brown with salted caramel, to now that champagne on our brow bone with marzipan. It is so much fun. I cannot wait to wear this look again and again and again. And then because I want my eyes to appear bigger, I'm gonna follow through with my MAC Studio Chromographic pencil in NC15 and W20. Just go with your favorite nude liner, whether it's Rimmel or Tarte, your favorite waterline, or if you want to keep it dark, feel free. You can go through with a purple liner, you can go through with a brown, you can use a black, you could even go through with a copper liner. That would be beautiful. All those things. So I'm going through with a nude to really brighten up my waterline. And then on the lower lash line, just like I did in the previous Get Ready With Me, very fall inspired, I am once again using my Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in the shade Polished Amethyst for a really beautiful pop of purple on my lower lash line. And I use it to make the brown in my eyes really stand out, not necessarily so that you notice I'm wearing purple eyeliner. It's fun to notice that pop of color when you're, you know, standing in front of me, seeing it up close, but really I'm all about showing the eye color under my frames when the overall look is put together. So in order to help me make that liner last all day and not have any smudging, I'm following through and I am setting it with the shade Sugared Violet from the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. So you can use Candied Violet or, like I said, your favorite purple shade that you are reaching for this particular look. And then now to multitask the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I am going through with my shade Hazelnut from my Too Faced Chocolate Bar and a fluffy e.l.f. powder brush. I'm dusting it all over the perimeters of my face in that cursive E form, or a 3, if that is more familiar to you. I love the effect of this shade, and it's also giving me an additional way to multitask my palette. It's giving me a way to kind of get back into the groove of using a shimmery bronzer because it behaves very similarly. And then in terms of blush, I've talked about this before. I really want to incorporate that shade that I'm panning for Wonder Woman in the Justice League Panning Challenge. It's this beautiful spicy red that I talked about at the beginning of this video. I'm going through and using it on an e.l.f. blush brush to go on and gently dust it onto my cheeks. And I also take the slightest little bit and use it in my crease area to really warm up the look. It's super easy and again gives that warm, really spicy vibe. This look is kind of inspired by the Huda Beauty palette that's recently come out, or the Natasha Denona Lila palette, or the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. I mean, there's so many different combinations. Lorac with the Venice Beach palette that has all of those beautiful like bronze and plum and golds and just so much of this color scheme is everywhere. It's super fun. And then, you know, kind of going into further multitasking my palette, I'm going through and I'm keeping it simple and I'm highlighting with the shade Marzipan, once again from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I'm not kind of a, you know, go all over the place and use all these highlighters. I like to have consistency to bring a lot of balance to my face, and it's nice to be able to go on and multitask eyeshadow as highlighters if you're looking for another alternative. So I'm dusting that Marzipan on the tops of my cheeks and down the center points of my face, on my chin, my Cupid's bow, my nose, and my forehead. Super, super easy. And then if you feel like you need to touch up your highlighter, if it gets lost in the look by the end, you can always go back in with your highlighting brush and just touch up those inner corners and your brow bone. And then in terms of lipstick, this is a lipstick I've really wanted to make a ton of progress on this month. It is included in my September makeup bag. This is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Chai. It's a beautiful, dare I say my lips, but better kind of shade, a little bit more of a brown tone to it. I've really been gravitating towards like the brown lipsticks lately. Gosh, that's been my mood. So it's an easy, wearable, everyday color. You can go a lot of different directions with this look if you want to wear a nude, or if you want to go vampy, or if you want to wear like a hot pink kind of fuchsia wine lip, I would switch the blush and maybe go with something a little bit more pink than going with like a spicy orange. But I thought this color pairs in beautifully, and it gives me a very easy everyday lip that I don't really have to put a whole lot of effort into or think about being high maintenance throughout the day. So that's about it. This has been so much fun, and I can't wait to film more videos with these fall looks, because this chocolate bar palette is it captures all of those beautiful tones that we're seeing everywhere right now. So it just makes me so enthusiastic and motivated to use it. So I can't wait to get some more videos out to show you ways that I'm using the palette, and also too, I need to get a Pan That Palette update going. So thank you so much for giving me some of your time today. I hope that you have a blast trying this out, have fun shopping your stash, and I look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. See you later.